my crafty friends. I'm so excited to be here with you today to share with you new product. It's January 2023 and we do have new product. This is the Z-Fold program that we're introducing, the Z-Fold card base. It starts with this die. It's the basic Z-Fold card die. You die cut the panel. It includes the mats for the inside, the banner that goes across the front, and that gives you a basic Z-Fold card. In this video today, we're going to learn how to use the basic Z-Fold die, and then I will shoot a second video that goes over in detail the accessory die that goes with the Z-Fold. So the accessory die allows you to take that basic Z-Fold card and adapt it into some creative fun. So we will share with you this. The accessory die has the dies to cut the mats off so that they're in the perfect angle. And it also includes this fun diamond shaped card that you make. And it has a special adapter on the inside of it, which gives that card dimension. Super fun. We'll do that in the second video. So today I'm here to share with you the details about the program. I made several border dies to go on the front of this Z-Fold card. So you can start with your basic Z-Fold and then you can adapt it by adding a different kind of border on the front. So there are several of these. They're sized to fit the A2 card. You do have to score them because I thought you might also want to use them for other projects as well. This is the Heritage Lace panel. And I do have a new die called Mr. and Mrs. that coordinates with it. And if you'll notice here, I added the spring tulips and specifically designed it for this card. We're going to work on this card today. We have the water border, so you can make your water cards. And I didn't bring a sample of the grass, which is called Meadow, but it's the same. And then we have the congratulations border that fits on the A2 card, folds flat, pops open, and you can see it's got that little adapter in there, and I've attached the little graduation caps with the pieces of acetate. That's our medium weight acetate. This is called Rejoicing, and it has the hands, and then it has the congratulations die. It has the date on it, and it's got 2023, and then I added 4-5, the number 4, the number 5. And what you have when you look at this is you have all those hands, and what I do is I cut those hands on black cardstock, and when I cut it, I have my super tacky tape on the back, and then I cut the base die, this one, on our acetate and adhere it, which stabilizes the whole entire card. That's our layered party streamer stencil in the background. Super fun. So when you have the Z-Fold, you can accent it with any of our new border dies. They're specifically sized for that. And then I also created a stamp set to go with it. The stamp set is sized to fit on the front of that A2 card so that it fits on the panel. And I did include on it the sentiment, "You are doggone awesome," to go with, along with our new Yappy birthday line. Super fun. So Z-Fold sentiments are part of this line. And there is also a coordinating die for Z-Fold sentiments. So we have Spring Tulip that you saw, Mr. and Mrs. So much fun. Today we're going to start with that basic A2 card. I'm going to show you how to put it together. And so I'm going to turn the camera down and get started. I have the camera turned down and I'm ready to share the Z-Fold card base die. We're going to start with a very simple card. I want to show you how easy this is, and then we'll move to a more advanced card with the same die, the Z-Fold card base. Now, when I open my package, I like to store my die on the magnetic storage sheet that we sell. And I do offer the storage envelope to hold that magnetic sheet as well. And I do keep both of my card base, my sentiments, and my accessory die all in this folder. And this, so what you get when you buy, we're just going to talk about today the basic Z Fold card base. There will be a second video where we talk about the accessories. You have your base card die right here, and then you have your mats for that basic card right in here. You have the rainbow and the hearts, which are just a bonus for you. The banner piece that runs across the front is included, and there are mats for those all the way across. And then you have this mounting piece that we use in the center. In our second card, we will get to the use of the mounting piece. We're going to start out with just this really basic card. So for our basic card, I have die cut our cardstock on red, and then we will fold that on the score lines, and that'll give us our basic card. And then we have our banner piece that runs across the middle, and we will fold that as well. Now I have also die cut the pieces that go on our card, and I have already used the layered party stencil to stencil that background. And that is a stencil that you can use 3 different colors of ink and get this layered effect. We're going to go all the way across, and you can see how simple that is. Now we are going to add that banner piece, and when we put that on, we're going to adhere that so that the longest part is attached right there to the front, and then you're going to have that fold over. So before we do that, I'm going to add the die cut pieces to this. So I have already die cut the rectangle pieces, and I have my super tacky tape on the back of them. We're going to put those here, and we can write our sentiment or message, and it would be a very good idea for you to write your sentiment or your signature on this if you're going to write in this space before you put the card together. Will be much easier. Now I've used the Z Fold sentiment stamp, and I've stamped happy and birthday, and then I've die cut those with the coordinating die. And this has our super tacky tape on the back, so we can literally just stick it on there. Now the Z Fold set also includes the little hearts. So we're going to put a little dot of glue and add some little hearts. So you can stamp and cut those, and then just add a little dot of glue just for your however you want to accent. And you can add as many of those as you want to. There we go. Now, when we are ready to put that on our card, we are going to adhere this to our card front. And you can see how that makes a really simple card. So what we want to do is take this band, and we're going to turn it over, and we are going to put adhesive on the first 2 inches on the left side. Now what I like to do is do this right on top of my grid sheet that I'm working on. And I know that's 2 inches, and I can see exactly where the tape goes at 2 inches. Now we're going to go back over to the right side, and we're going to put adhesive from the score line over to the right, and that will take care of the other side where the band needs to be attached to the card. I have removed my tape liner, and I am ready to adhere this to my card, and I'm going to set the card on my grid, and I can use the grid lines to adhere this so that I know I have this exactly straight across my card, and I just made a super fast and easy Z-fold card. Are you ready to step it up a notch? We're going to take that basic Z-fold card just like we did earlier, but we're going to add that base piece in there so that we have a place to attach things to. So I want to show you how to do that. This is the same card base. I've added the garden fence to the front of it, and I have the spring tulips that I've die cut on the top, and the sentiment comes from the Just a Note stamp set that we have. Now, when I die cut the flowers, I purposefully designed these flowers to fit in this card this way, and I wanted them to be loose and floppy, so they have very long stems. When I constructed these flowers, I cut 4 of the colors, and I layered them up with our super tacky tape on the back. And then I cut a thin layer of chipboard, show you this, and put chipboard on the back for stability. So each of my flowers have multiple layers. They're layered with our super tacky tape and undo, and we will adhere those in the box there. So I want to show you how this is done. To make this easy for you to view, I have cut the base in the royal blue color, and then I have the banner across the front cut in light blue, and then an opposite color of yellow for those pieces that go on the inside. I have already adhered the tape to my card like we described earlier, so let me remove the tape liner, and we will train those folds. So we have that piece ready. Then we will train the folds on our inside pieces, and this little die is included in the set, and I will remove the tape. I have my tape removed from my pieces, and the way I like to do this is kind of figure out where I want these and how much room I want between them. So you can just kind of eyeball it. And I'm going to just set this in where I think I'm going to want it. And then I'm going to set the other one in right behind it. So you can decide if you want to space them out or how you want to do it. And those are being attached to the center panel of the card right here. Once I have those pieces attached, I need to add my banner piece that goes across the front. So I'm going to very carefully lay that on top, and I want to make sure that I'm on this side over here on the edge, and that I've lined it up straight across with those insert pieces. So you can lay it down and you can see exactly where you're going with it. Once I have my banner adhered, I'm ready to attach these little pieces to that banner. So I'm going to lay that flat, and then I'm going to fold the left card flat, and I'm going to take that first one, I'm going to fold that tab down and stick it down, and then I'm going to take the second one and I'm going to do the same thing. That will attach those. Now when I pull my piece across the front of my card, I can lay that right down and I'll have it sitting exactly the way I want it to sit. And that will give me the base that I needed for my card. To make our Mother's Day card, I've already added the background, and what I'm going to do is adhere the banner piece right across the bottom, and I'm going to adhere it right where the edge of that white paper is, all the way across the card. So I'm going to set that right on my card, and I'm going to set it right along that bottom edge, but I'm only going to adhere down the right side. So I have that, and then I'm going to find my connector pieces, remove the tape liner, and adhere those. When I go to adhere these, I'm going to adhere these right along that white edge of the mat because that's where I attach that banner piece. So we're going to put one and then the other one. And then we will use that same method that we used for the other card. We're going to pull this band back. We're going to fold the card in and we're going to take that first tab and we're going to fold it down and adhere it. And we're going to do the same thing with the other one. Fold it down and adhere it. And then I'm going to pull the band right back across the front of the card. And that will give us that base we need for our card. Now, in this case, we are going to add the picket fence. I have die cut the picket fence and I'm going to need to score this. So I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to mark this with my ruler. And I am using the Victor ruler. You can buy this ruler on Amazon. I highly recommend it because it has all of the markings on it. And we need to score this at a kind of an odd measurement, 6 3/8, because of those mats. So if you have the Victor ruler, it literally has all of the little numbers on there, and you can easily find 6 3/8. For you people who are good with fractions and math, just ignore that portion of this video. So we're going to score right there on that mark so we can put that right with our banner. And then I have my mark here, and I'm going to take that right down the middle of that line and score that. And that'll give me a very nice fold for my project. So I'm going to fold that, get my other fold, there we go. And I have just created my fold for my card. Work it back and forth. And now I'm going to add tape. Now remember, on the left side, we only need tape for 2 inches. So I'm going to put my tape on here. And I only need a small amount. And I'm using that grid so I can see exactly where I'm at. And then I'm going to move down to the bottom. And I'm going to do the same thing. Now, if you want to strengthen your fence, you could cut 2 of these with super tacky tape and layer them together. That makes this fence stronger, but it does make it more difficult to fold. I'm going to remove the tape. And then I am going to adhere my fence right along the bottom edge. And wrap that around, and you can see it fits perfectly in my fold. I've got my fence going there. I already cut my little sign from the Just a Note stamp, and we're going to add that in right there. So I'll put a little piece of tape on that, add that in. Then I only have to take my flowers, which I already have done, and add some liquid glue and glue those into my pieces there. And that's why those pieces that we added are so crucial, because you will be able to go in and glue all your flowers and add them into your card and then have this beautiful Z-fold card. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to look for the second video, which is the Z-fold accessory die video. I hope to see you soon.